Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and welcome to This Week in WoW for the week of September 6th. As always, we'll start off with the Mythic Plus affixes for the week. This week we have Fortified, Inspiring, Grievous, and Shrouded. Again, that's Fortified, Inspiring, Grievous, and Shrouded. Not a super hard week for like just your weekly 15 pushers here, and filling up a vault and stuff like that. Grievous and Fortified is not fun. It basically prevents you from doing like big pulls. So it does take a ton of fun out of things with Inspiring as well, especially in pugs. Sometimes it can be best to like CC the inspired mob and deal with them, so you could be dealing with even less mobs, which slows you down a lot for sure. And so the Fortified Grievous setting, if you're doing keys that are higher than you normally do and you're pugging them, that can be a little bit rough. Because you're pulling bigger, probably you have a bigger, better group, whatever, you're pulling bigger, and then that Fortified Grievous that can really stack up on you if you're pulling multiple packs at a time into just a pug group. So not terrible for just your average key doer, but can be quite awful for when you're like pushing keys or doing keys above your normal level. It can be a little bit more rough. So let's go ahead and move on and talk about what's going on in-game this week in Shadowlands. This week we have the Harvest Festival starting. This is kind of like it's not quite fall yet in real life in NA, but this is kind of like the beginning of fall. We start to get into a lot of holidays here, like all the way through winter essentially, starting off with this Harvest Festival. So it's kind of like the beginning of, cooler weather, beginning of this, beginning of that. And so that's going on this week. We also have the Darkmoon Fair going on this week. All the normal things about Darkmoon Fair: professions, toys, pets, achievements, cool stuff to do there. We also have the Fated raid this week being the sepulcher of the first ones. We do not know when all the raids are going to hit Fated, because that's going to happen at some point. A lot of people think that it might be next week even. I'm not sure on that myself, but at some point that's going to happen. At least that's what they said. They also put these councils in the start of the raids, and there's been some theorizing that those could perhaps turn off the Fated for the week. Once they all go Fated, you'll be able to turn off the Fated for a raid. So like if you are farming a mount, for example, like the Jailer mount, you could, in theory, once they're all Fated, turn it off by clicking on that council that you can find. The most notable easy one to find is right at the beginning of Nathria. It's like in the corner and it sticks out like a sore thumb. There's a console there that you can click on. It doesn't do anything as of right now. PvP Brawl this week is Packed House. And then we also have the Torghast Unbridled Darkness going on. Obviously not many people are doing Torghast these days, understandably so. But that's also going on this week. So a little bit of stuff going on this week in Shadowlands in the game. But of probably bigger news, of course, is that beta came out last week. So I was kind of right. My initial prediction would have been 2 weeks ago. But then in this Week in WoW video last week, I said I think it's going to be this week then. I'm going to keep saying this week until it happens because it should be happening. And of course, with that became a lot of beta invites, including myself. I unfortunately did not get to play much on the beta. There's some weird bugs going on with talents and stuff like that, not allowing you to play your character or whatever. I already have like a level and a half or almost 2 levels, and I did not want to start over. There's no max level templates out right now, so I can't just play at max level. I have to actually level the character, and I'm not going to start over. So I got slowed down quite a bit from that, and I honestly just didn't get to play because I was hoping that they would just fix it, and so it kind of looks like they might not even bother fixing it, so that would suck if so. But we'll see where that goes. I do plan to play more this week if I'm able to, and and get some more coverage from the beta and from Dragonflight, because that's super exciting as well. We're getting much closer to the actual launch of it. We had, in my most recent video, we had Paladin Tree come out with some good things, but also some bad things still in it. So I point that out in that video. And yeah, overall, just generally excited. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. Something else I wanted to mention, if you're still with me here, if you're a subscriber to the channel especially, is once Wrath comes out, would you be interested, or would you be opposed to having like videos of, I'm going to be probably playing a mage, would you be opposed to having videos of like mage gameplay from Wrath? Because this channel is not about Classic. I'm not a Classic lover or anything like that. But if there's people that would be annoyed by that, I probably just wouldn't bother doing it, because this is just a retail WoW channel essentially. But yeah, it's something that I might do if people are not against it. So basically, if no one comments, nah, I'd rather just stick with retail WoW, then I'll probably, maybe, I wouldn't even say probably, then I might do it. Then there's like a 10% chance that I load some classic Wrath Lich King content, but it's unlikely either way, I would say. Yeah, so I've been trying to play that. I wanted to play beta to do Paladin stuff, and then obviously doing like my main raid and some Mythic Plus this week on actual retail as well. So a lot of stuff going on in WoW. I'm actually really busy in real life right now as well, so I feel bad for anybody else that has a lot to do. And there's actually a lot to do in World of Warcraft for once, because that's where we are right now. There's 3 different versions of the game out: retail, Dragonflight beta if you have a beta key or a beta login, and then also Wrath pre-patch going on as well, or Wrath Fresh, which is where I'm playing. So lots of going on. So if you're busy in real life, this is a rough time for you, I'm sure. But yeah, that's it for this week, guys. Hopefully another really positive, good week for World of Warcraft. As always, I do ask you to please subscribe to the channel. Helps me out so much. And other than that, everybody, have a good one.